record this. We're going to post this to YouTube later, but I think, Ed, you know what to do. It's the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Welcome. It's the talk show that is on the internet instead of on regular TV. It's what we do every Friday here at 5 o'clock to celebrate the end of the week. Friday, April 30th, we are all alive. So congratulations on that. We're here making it through the pandemic together, and it's good to have everybody here. Good to see everyone. Thank you for people watching live. Shout out to Gabriel Nightfall, loyal fan, enjoying the show. Always appreciate the support. It is great to see everyone. As you know, we do comedy interviews, comedians here. We've got some really great guests here tonight, and I'll introduce them as we talk about them one by one. But as you know, we always like to start off the show with a little bit of news of the world to kind of update you on things that have happened. So let's start with that. Let's get right into the news of the world at the top of the hour here. All right. And comedians, feel free to chime in, as you know, if there's anything that you need to add to this wonderful news.
I'm just here to fact check your news.
Yeah, fact check me, please. We're gonna definitely need some fact checking. All right. Yep. So President Joe Biden addressed a joint session of Congress on Wednesday. The speech went pretty well, and everyone seemed to get along, which is great. But there was one misstep on the Republican side from Senator Ted Cruz, who fell asleep during the speech. But this actually is great news for Joe Biden, because now he can finally say to Trump supporters who used to say this about him, hey, who's sleepy now? Ted Cruz, that's who. Sleepy Ted Cruz. No longer Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Ted. Hey, but listen, you guys, in Ted Cruz's defense, he is just not too used to working so hard without a vacation. His vacation got canceled. You guys remember this, right? You guys
I think you could have did like a cruise control joke there.
Could have done. Yeah, he was on cruise control, you guys.
Cruise control.
He had it. He thought he was on cruise control. I don't know. You're right. So we have here some beavers, you guys. I think we always like talking about beavers here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. A group of beavers shut down internet service.
What?
in a Western Canadian town last weekend after they chewed through fiber optic cables and used them to build a home. And to that I say, hey, at least they gave a damn. But seriously, this article, this is encouraging because it shows that not just humans, but all kinds of animals just need a lot of fiber, you guys. We need fiber. Fiber. I struggle with getting enough fiber. I don't know about you guys. Anybody else struggle with getting enough fiber?
Nah, not these days.
Not the pandemic. We could eat. Content. Last weekend's Academy Awards show was rated as the least watched and lowest rated ever in the history of the Academy Awards. It was a bust, you guys. So really bad news for the Oscars, but not all of the Oscars. Oscar Mayer Wieners are doing great, you guys. You guys remember Oscar Mayer Wieners?
Yeah.
How about Oscar Mayer Bologna? Does anybody Oscar Mayer Bologna?
Nah.
Does anybody know the Oscar Mayer Bologna song?
No, what is it?
My bologna has
oh yeah,
name. It's OSCAR.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Is that from an ad?
Eat it every day.
Is that from an ad?
Yeah, that's for the Gen X generation, people like me and Ed and Eric. That song is a classic from our childhood.
Yeah.
All right.
We couldn't afford name brand bologna like that, but
I'm
glad to hear you guys grew up so nicely. That's awesome.
Wow.
Kelly Ripa. Oh, Gabriel Nightfall writes he loves Oscar Mayer hot dogs. So good. All right. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos went on a podcast earlier this week, and then when they were asked about their 25-year marriage and why it's so successful, they said it's because they have old-fashioned roles in their marriage, which makes perfect sense to me. Old-fashioned roles, because I've been married 20 years to my wife, and our success can be attributed to old-fashioned donuts. You guys, donuts, which we get every Sunday, coffee, and the New York Times, and it's a great old-fashioned donuts or rolls, whatever you prefer. Last story of the night: there was a theft at Denny's. You guys. In Evansville, Indiana, last week, 2 individuals entered a Denny's restaurant at 2 a.m., hours after closing, and made some eggs and then left. Police arrested the suspects and charged them with 2 things: breaking and entering and grand theft grand slam.
Wait, I thought Denny's was 24-hour.
This particular
be
one was not. It was closed.
Wow, that's really killing the brand.
Yeah.
Man,
So
I remember.
Ed's doing the fact checking now. I thought that's
Well,
what
I remember it was a big deal. There was like a Christmas or something where they were going to be closed for the day. And it was a big deal because some of them actually didn't have locks and they had to get them installed.
I mean, you know what? You're right, because the only time I've never been to a Denny's during like daylight hours. So I guess they usually are open at night. You're right.
I thought you were going to say I've never been to a Denny's and not regretted it. But...
Dude, moons over my hammy. I used to live on those, bro. That was good food.
Well, anyway, Denny's is, there are not, I guess in the Midwest, I suppose not all Denny's are 24/7, but speaking of Denny's, but not really speaking of Denny's, I have no segue for this. It's Hailey Hackett, you guys.
Hey.
You can change my name to Denny if you need a segue.
Hailey, have you eaten at Denny's? That's our segue.
Yeah, I've eaten at Denny's a few times.
Right.
I got kicked out of a Denny's, unfortunately. So,
I see.
yeah.
Haley, welcome to the show. Guys, give it up for Haley.
Sure.
So for being here. Haley, I usually like to introduce people in the beginning. I don't have enough to, I heard your podcast with Matthew McCarran, but, and I do know you're an LA-based comedian.
Yeah.
And that you are been doing comedy a couple of years, but I kind of wanted to allow you an opportunity to introduce yourselves. Why don't you tell us about yourself? What got you into comedy, especially, and your comedy career? And so forth.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to do something in entertainment, but I thought I was going to, be behind the camera or doing some like radio mess, because that's what I did in college. And the short of it is that a producer told me to come out to Los Angeles and he would set me up, right? I had no interest in going to Los Angeles because I thought it was just like a lot of people with nose jobs. Like that's literally all I thought Los Angeles was. But I went because I was like, good money, sure. And the dude disappeared. So I just needed something to fill the time. So I started doing comedy. That's really all that happened.
Now, so you said that your day job is you kind of are in the industry a little bit, or in the entertainment industry?
Not anymore. I shifted after the pandemic because I wanted more meaning in my life, so I decided to make the leap and become a barista.
Nice.
That's comedy in some ways.
I start in a week. I'm going to be making latte art. Groundwork downtown. Please visit me. I left a production job to do this, like actively. I was like, I would prefer to do some espresso work, actually.
Now you're pretty active on Zoom, from what I understand from your interview, and so it sounds like you transitioned pretty well to Zoom comedy. Tell us about like your Zoom comedy career. What kind of shows you've been on? What have you been up to with that?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually really lucky when it came to Zoom comedy because it was a fairly necessary transition. Like not only because that's all we had, but I was also audio engineering for a podcast network, a comedy pop-up. So they were running shows and they needed showrunners. So they were like, hey, we'll give you some time if you can just spotlight people. And then from there, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I met a bunch of people, and then I like saw displaced comedians. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just keep doing this. And then, at the time during most of the pandemic, I was just doing office work. So I could just put the Excel sheets away for a little bit and do like time on the job. So that was pretty nice. Yep.
Well, I think you've been doing pretty well to Zoom. I mean, it sounds like it from the podcast and from from the other stuff you've done. And I think we'll get to that in a minute. I think you've also been doing some shows of your own, but let's talk about this clip that you sent in, which is very good. I wanted to play this first. Let me bring up your clip here so we can talk about that. Let's see,
Sure.
Where did you go? Oh, here we go. Okay. So this clip is entitled Fat Kid.
I didn't think you would show the whole.
Let me make sure we got the right clip. Is that the right clip?
It was the right clip. I just
That is the right clip.
didn't think anyone would see the title. Honest to God.
Well, I always have to ask a little context. Do you have any? Where was this on a Zoom show? I'm assuming, and which show was this on? What's a little background first?
Oh yeah, this was on a comedy pop-up podcast network show. It was a fun show. That's my bedroom at the time. Do you want like background on the bit?
No, you know what? Let's just play it. I was just, that's just a habit. I always ask, like, more of like the background of the. But I guess the venue is your house, so there's nothing to say about that. So we'll just.
Oh, I got comments.
You got.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Let's play the clip and then let's ask Hailey about this, about the clip. So here's Hailey Hackett on Zoom, doing Zoom comedy, you guys.
Y'all, you can tell by how I frame my face on Zoom that I was a former fat kid. Like, I used to only take my selfies from this angle, I would never smile because my cheeks would get chubby. I'd be like, online dating was rough. Men would message me to be like, not trying to be offensive, but let me turn off my AC. Let's be professional. They'd be like, like not to be offensive or anything, but are you trying to catfish me? And I'd be like, no, like I'm not over 200 pounds. No matter how skinny you get, there's always someone in your life that will never let you forget that you were a chunky child. For me, that was my grandmother. Once a week, she would take a break from playing Farmville and post a picture of me at my plumpest and then tag me in it. Do you know how hard it is to go back to eating sticks of butter? Like, untag yourself once a week. Oh my gosh, I can't go back. It was really rough being a fat kid. Like when you're fat, you have to learn soft skills, like not just because everything you learn is soft. But to make friends. Like for me, I learned how to tell jokes and suck dick. Anything to connect, honestly. Anything to connect. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Oh, good.
Hold on. You know what? Hold on 1 second. Is there somebody at my door? Hold on a second here.
Is this a surprise guest appearance?
Yeah.
We don't like
feel
special guests are a special event here at the Tommy Feldman Show.
Yes, very professional here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. That was my oldest son at the door.
That was the repo man.
I thought it was gonna be
yeah.
Sorry about your car.
I was hoping to be like Lil Wayne or something like that. That'd be tight.
Yeah, nothing so exciting. I guess I should have okay, but back to you, Hailey. Forget about Tommy Feldman. Let's talk about you some more. So, your grandma was just showing you her love. That's the only way that she knows how, right? Well, first of all, kudos to your grandma for knowing how to use Facebook and how to tag people. So that's impressive.
Yeah, she was an early adopter, which was not to my benefit. It was not.
What did you say she was playing? What did you say? Farmville?
Farmville. Yeah, that's all she would do on Facebook is play Farmville and then post before pictures of me. Like that's it. Was
another amazing that she's was doing all this at Farmville, getting into the game. She's a gamer as well. That's impressive.
I never thought of my grandma as a gamer, but I thought she needed something to do rather than go to the Pan American Club in Florida. She was like, oh, the dance isn't happening for a few hours, so I'm just gonna.
Well, that's yeah. Oh, so your grandmother lives in Florida?
Well, she's dead. I'm so sorry. But so she used to. And the crazy thing with that is after I wrote this joke, the thing that I inherited was her iPad. And it had every login to Facebook. It was so hard, y'all, for me not to, to just take a little bit of vengeance. She was a petty woman, and with a lot of love, powerful petty. You know what I mean? So I was like, would she love that or would she hate it? So
So now you also have a show. I caught a glimpse on your Facebook page. It was like it says it was a storytelling show. So tell us about the show, and also what is the difference between just storytelling and regular comedy or stand-up?
Yeah. This is when it gets a little complicated or awkward because it's not my show. It's Al B's show, Show Up, Go Up. And he just trusted me perhaps a little bit too much with this power. He had to explain to me before I did the show exactly that, like what was a story. And I don't know if I figured it out, but the way I see it is it has to have a beginning, middle, and end. So as long as there's like some type of arc, I think it's okay. But sometimes I just, tell bits and then I'm like, and this is what happened after the bit inspiration. Is this a story? But there are some really cool people on the show, like aside from me, take me out of the lot. And they have some great stories, really.
So these are comedic stories, but are they I mean, did they rehearse? Is it like a sort of like when we do stand up, we have that we know every line in this, even if it's a story, or is this really more free flowing and you're just trying to take people into an experience and make it funny?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be funny. There's actually a lot of stories that are heartbreaking, like genuinely heartbreaking. But obviously they're powerful and they're moving, and we're happy to have a good mix of like comedy and sad and then like love stories and all of that mess. But I think most people rehearse their stories, at least the really good ones. Sometimes there are people who come on and they're a little bit older and they have a few like anecdotes that they like to share. And that always goes really well, but it's just the stories you go to when you like on a first date, or those types of stories where it's like you kind of have it rehearsed even if you haven't sat down and like listed things out. So I think it depends on the storyteller, just like comedy. Some comics get up and they write when they get up there, and some type it all out and say it word for word. I think it's a person thing.
I think especially in the pandemic, I mean, it sounds like that'd be something that a lot of people would be interested in, because just to kind of, for therapeutic reasons, to kind of just tell people about experiences. So I think that's great. Guys, does anybody else have any, Eric, Ed, Sirish, do you guys have any questions, comments, or?
I had a thought and I had a question, actually. So my thought is, man, you told me about how, or rather you told us about how people tell really heartbreaking stories, but if you're basically telling a comedic story, it must be pretty hard to follow that.
Sometimes. I mean, that's the benefit of having a host, I think, and that's kind of the challenge I typically host them, and that's kind of the challenge of it, is just bringing awareness to like something that may be sad, right? And taking the moment to be like powerful, and then I'll try to kind of incorporate a little bit to bring up the room, so then the person following me isn't like, wow, that was depressing. Cool. And anyways, let me tell you about this wild hookup or the time I did meth. Like it's never that. I feel like we try to really just give a little like breather for people to process and enjoy, and then see each storyteller as their own thing. But that has been something I had to learn how to do. And anyways, and that was terrible for people. So
Tommy and I used to host some shows up down here in like Dublin, and it was the same thing too. Like it's quite hard to like figure out how to transition between people's sets. So my question is basically, when you've done stand-up, has anyone ever introduced you as Aubrey Plaza when you went on stage?
No, but people have roasted me for it.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
that's a honey roast. Though.
I know, it's so nice. It's weird.
That's a nice.
But they have said it to me like it's mean, and like every time I'm like, thank you. Do you know how many people have masturbated to Aubrey Plaza? Like, I wish I had those numbers. Like it's not that bad.
You know what? She was great in that. Oh, what was it called? Eric, help me out here.
Legion.
The X-Men.
Yep. Legion.
Yep. She was great in Legion.
Yeah, she was. She was amazing. Oh man, dude, so good. Yep.
Oh man, she's awesome. I think she's a great, talented. But anyway,
I think she's
that's
great.
a compliment. All right, so Hailey, I would say your interview's over and stick around to the end, but our other comics for some reason aren't here tonight. So, guys, why don't
Very
we
popular show. It's a very popular
make
show.
Hailey an honorary member of the crew tonight, and we'll just include her in everything. What do you guys say?
Woo!
Yeah.
So Hailey's a part of the crew tonight as we transition to the next thing, which is the improv. So for those of you who don't know, we do improv here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. And so Hailey is going to be a part of that. And Ed, do you want to, I'll bring you in here and I'll take myself out. And maybe do you want to introduce the improv for tonight before I pull up?
Sure. So we're going to have a website that Tommy's bringing up, and it's going to give us a choice of how we want to pick the word or the sort of the spark for the improv. And Sirish, did you want to do it as well? And how about you, Eric?
Sure, dude. I'm down. Let's go.
All right. And then the improv game we play here is questions only. So everything you say has to be a question, which is completely against improv. But before we get into that, Hailey, you said you did Groundlings, right?
A little bit, yes.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, what was like the big lesson you learned at Groundlings?
Just make big character choices. I feel like is the biggest thing, and make it about relationships.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
well, I think we found a clue as to. Let's go for the pink one then. So who wants to go? Wizard. All right. So, Hailey, did you want to be in the first go round then, or?
Sure.
Me, you're going to be better than the rest of us. So.
Do I like identify the person I'm asking the question to?
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Sirish, did you say you wanted to do it or not?
Yeah, we can do it.
All right. So why don't you? We'll all right. So it'll be. All right. Okay. So what was wizard and pet toad?
Yeah. So Edward, what is your favorite wizardry spell?
Am I allowed to use a wand or not?
What is your preference?
Can you imagine me without a wand?
Can you tell that I am really bad at
improv? What's improv?
What do you like most about being a wizard?
Eric, what don't I like about being a wizard, right?
You didn't like that Hitachi wand, did you?
Eric, it just didn't have the right vibe, did it?
I mean, that's not what Sirish told me.
Wait, what did I tell you, Eric?
Oh yeah, that wasn't a question. Oh man, I was questioning everything, so it was a question to me.
Well, as you should. All right, shall we go to the next prompt?
Let's go to the next one. Let's try something else. What should we go with a location this time?
I guess so. We're going to prove her instructors at the Groundlings wrong.
Yeah.
Courtroom. That's a good one.
What was the word?
A courtroom.
Oh, that's the location. All right.
Location is a courtroom. You're in a courtroom.
Sirish, do you understand the charges being made against you?
Were the charges dismissed?
Did you hear what my question was?
So the charges weren't dismissed, huh?
You don't listen very well, do you, when you're in a courtroom?
Didn't the lawyer say that's why I got in trouble?
Eric, do you understand what he's saying?
What is this interrogation here?
Where were you on the night of April 15th?
Were you good cop or bad cop?
Hailey, is there such thing as a medium cop?
What do you think differentiates a good cop from a bad cop in the first place?
Eric, would you say it's the lack of cell phone videos?
What is with the third degree here?
Eric, are you jealous of my black belt?
You know I am. I don't have a question to that.
Oh, man.
I just want to answer. I just want to answer truthfully, and truthfully, the answer is yes.
Since we got a lot of time, let's do another one.
All right.
All right.
Okay, how about this? Instead of doing the, calling the person's name, let's do specifically just Hailey and then one of you guys.
Hailey and Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm not an improv guy, so.
Hey, you should try it out, Tommy.
Unless you want to see me fail miserably, would you guys like to see that?
Is that a question I'm
Do
hearing?
you want to see yourself fail miserably?
All right, I'll try it. All right, me and Hailey. Okay, this is going to be my first time. Hailey, you and me doing this exercise. This is my first time ever doing improv on the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. So let's hope that it's fun.
Now the other guests really are going to be sorry they missed out.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know
is
if
going to be,
I
this is a special event.
All right. So, location, relationship, or word, Hailey? What do we do?
Let's do a word.
Do word. Let's see how bad. Oh, okay. Sword. Can I go? Can I go first? May I go first?
You may.
Where did you get that sword?
You didn't see the sword shop down the street?
Are you talking about the sword shop where you can buy swords and spaghetti?
Have you even heard of a spaghetti sword shop in your life? Does that even exist?
Oh yeah, it exists. Have you ever been to the sword and spicoli shop?
What do you order first, the spicoli or the sword?
You order the sword, but wouldn't you also want to order the spick and span as well?
Isn't spick and span just a cleaning terminology?
Normally, yes, but why are you asking me about the products? Haven't you been to these stores?
Why are you interrogating me about these stores I haven't been to?
I thought you'd be interested, Hailey. That's all. Are you
Ring,
not?
ring, 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 ring.
That's okay. All
Good
right.
job. Wow.
Yay!
Yay.
I think I lost.
Thank
the
you for
count.
your patience, Hailey, with all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed, for apologizing on behalf of the show. Yes, thank you, Hailey. That was. God, you get this is tough, you guys. I've got respect for you guys for sure. Guys, give it up for Hailey for
Woo.
such
Good stuff.
All right. Well, here at the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, this is not just your ordinary fly-by-night internet Facebook streaming show. This is actually a show with sponsors. That's right. We go out there, we find companies that we want to work with, and then they become sponsors of the show. And there's only one man in this whole world who can do something like that, and that is Eric Newton. You guys give it up for Eric Newton for coming on and with the sponsors.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's it? Happy Friday. Happy
Woo!
on Fridays tonight. That's right. And so, hey, let's just jump right into it. This week, this episode of the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour is brought to you by my favorite company ever, Nintendo. Wait. Actually, okay, I want to see the opposite of that. Actually, I don't have any new jokes tonight, and it's directly Nintendo's fault. I mean, I woke up this morning and I was ready to start doing some new sponsor material, getting slides together and stuff like that. And then I realized today's April 30th. Today is the day that the new Pokemon Snap was released for Nintendo Switch. I mean, of course I had to go out and buy it, right? And obviously after I bought it, I had to take a selfie because that's the world we live in these days, right? So anyway, I get back home from GameStop. I'm like, one thing leads to another. Next thing I know, I'm fully immersed. I'm living this virtual life as a photographer. I'm taking pictures of rare and exotic Pokemon. I'm traveling to locations and whatnot. I just lost track of the day. So Yeah, I don't have any new jokes for you guys tonight, but I did prepare a statement because I know we have viewers that are dedicated. They watch every week. So to you guys, I want to say I'm sorry. And then I want to conclude with, but I'm also not sorry because it's Nintendo, dude. Like I have Nintendo stuff like tattooed on my body for the rest of my life. Of course, I'm gonna be playing this game all day. But even though like I don't have any new stuff for you guys, I do want to just quickly reminder to check out. A couple of weeks ago, we announced a brand new ESPN service. We just want to remind you guys it's about to launch. That's right. It's this crazy brand new. It's like totally raw, totally uncensored access to sports entertainment from ESPN, and it's aptly named their new service, ESPN Word. All right, I think it's aptly named. I think it's gonna be great. It's not launching in every market, but if you get a chance to fuck with it, you should fuck with it. Anyway, next week I'll be back with some brand new sponsors for the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour. Thanks everybody.
Guys, give it up for Eric with those amazing sponsors. Eric Gabriel Nightfall writes, he goes, hell yeah, yes, Nintendo, LOL, awesome, Nintendo is the best, Zelda for life.
Dude, he knows what's up. He is not incorrect.
He's got it. He knows. All right. Well, thanks, Eric, for always bringing us some great sponsors. I didn't know about this Pokemon game. Thank you for enlightening me about that. I guess my kids probably want that.
I'm wondering if that's why the other two guests didn't show up. They're probably playing Pokemon Snap right now. Yeah.
Is this like the next like after Pokemon Go, the next thing? Is that what this is?
No, actually, so I'm gonna fully nerd out on you right now. It's actually a remake of a game from Nintendo 64 where you're just a photographer and you just take pictures of Pokemon. But it's actually deeper than that. It's actually hella tight. But yeah, really, you're just you're like a Pokemon paparazzi. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
Lady Gaga did the soundtrack.
Yeah.
She did some remixes for sure.
All right. Well, appreciate that. Now what we're gonna do is we don't have our guests here, so I guess we'll just launch straight into our quiz. Now. Yeah. All right. Give it up for the quiz show. So this is the part of the show, and we still have people watching. And by the way, if you're watching live, and I know that there's 5 of you right now, so thank you for that. Let's open this up to the audience tonight. So audience, the 4 or 5 of you that are watching, you know what? Let's do something special. Audience can take guesses first. How's that? We guys okay with that? Let's Facebook audience can make guesses, then Hailey, because she's our new regular, and then the rest of us. Does that sound good to you guys?
Word.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope the audience better be guessing.
All right. So audience and Hailey, here's our quiz show. The way our quiz show works is, long story short, I used to live in Japan, and I love Japanese comedy. I've always loved Japanese comedy from when I lived there. And in my comedy now, I always was looking for ways to incorporate that. I do that with this quiz show because Japanese commercials are really funny. So what I do is I show you the commercial, but I stop it at the halfway point. And then you comedians, try to guess what the commercial is about. And then it gets even funnier. So that's how it works. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up audience. Hopefully you can take a guess as well. Just type it into the chat. If you think you know what this is a commercial for, type it to the chat and we will read your guess out loud. Okay, so here we go. Comics, you guys ready for the first commercial?
Ready.
Yeah. All right, and you can Hailey, you guys can request a replay if you if you want to see it again or whatever. All right, you guys, here we go. First commercial of the night. What is this commercial for? All right, let's stop it there. Any ideas? This is a hard one. Any thoughts? Audience, let's see. Gabriel writes, they are playing. I guess they're playing a game of some kind. They're not playing a game. Hailey, what do you think this is a commercial for?
I think that it's for coffee based on the big sign behind them that says coffee and then like a teapot.
Yeah, you would think it's about coffee.
I think she's biased because she is going to be a world-class barista.
Yeah, that's looking for for that.
Yeah.
Yes, very apropos. But no, it is not about coffee, but it's their kind of play on words in a sense. That's all I can say at this point in time. Eric, Sirish, Ed, you guys want to take a guess?
I mean, based on it happens to be on this exact frame right here, and it looks like she's kind of showing off her coat. So it's like,
okay.
It's like hot clothing, hot styles, or something like that.
Very getting warmer. Getting warmer. That's all I can say. Getting warmer.
Like coffee.
It's not a, what?
All right. I'm gonna guess.
As hot as coffee.
I'm gonna guess jewelry.
180 degrees.
Ed, you're going on a little. Eric was in the right zone with the clothing thing, but it's kind of you got to get a little bit more specific. Sirish, any thoughts?
Is it some sort of cardigan store or like a sweater?
Oh, nice.
Winner, chicken dinner. It is a cardigan commercial.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Dude, Sirish is always so nonchalant, but is it some kind of, and you're like, yep, that's right. I'm like, dude. you always know, dude.
You know, I just noticed a little kid floating in the air.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, are they saying cardigan?
Yeah.
Oh, it is for cardigans.
okay.
It's cardigans, except this is how they get to it is that in Japanese, coffee is pronounced kohi. And so this cardigan is called coldigan. I'm not sure exactly why they tried to change it. I guess just for branding, coldigan. But it's the cardigan, they call it coldigan. That's
So wait, this cardigan sweater costs $30?
I guess
Is that right?
it's a coat cardigan. So that's what it is. It's a coat.
It warms you up.
Does that make any sense? I don't know. I don't wear cardigans, so I have no idea. I mean, I barely know what a cardigan is. I'm surprised Sirish knows what a cardigan is.
He's the man of the world.
Don't doubt my style, Tommy.
They were also a huge band.
I will never doubt your style again, actually, because you knew what a cardigan was. So
After he got out of the Devo attire, he went full cardigan on us for a while.
I know. So all right, well, Sirish, you got that one. Let me get to the next one here.
Hey, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Fantastic, guys. Really.
You were due.
I like how you purposely try to throw us off. You knew it wasn't a can of coffee, but this one starts with coffee.
I gotta do
that was a good red herring. That was a nice red herring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for using the term red herring, which we don't use very much anymore. Okay. All right. This commercial I picked because it's from 2016, and you know what was happening earlier in the show. Ed was talking about the trauma of the election. This is related to that a little bit. Let's play this commercial. And here we go, you guys. Well, they're going at it, you guys. They're really going at it. Did they go at it in the real election? I guess they did. All right. Online audience, Facebook audience. You guys have any idea what this is a commercial for? Any comments? While they're waiting, we're waiting for them. Hailey, what do you think this is a commercial for?
My best guess is for a talking dog, maybe. I have a lot of opinions about this debate.
Talking dog. And actually, it's funny that you mentioned the talking dog because we have seen this talking dog before.
Oh.
Regular crew members. We have seen this talking dog before. Does that give you a hint? Eric, Sirish, Ed?
I think it's an advertisement for like Yahoo News.
Getting warmer, and because you said Yahoo, but it's not Yahoo News. Sirish, what do you say?
I don't know. I might have to see the ad again.
You guys want to replay?
Yeah.
Right.
Did Yahoo search?
I got a second.
Yahoo search.
It's Yahoo chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna say.
By the way, you know what they're arguing about? First, they're arguing about meats. Who likes which meats better? She's saying she likes pork. He likes beef. That's what they're arguing about. This is what they think of Americans. That we
That's a
sit around
classic
arguing about
debate.
the favorite meats. That's incorrect, right? You guys, we don't argue about. Do we?
No way, dude. I bet you I could run a platform of like McRibs every day and win.
Okay. Yeah. Well, interesting how they perceive us. Ed, what do you think this is a commercial for?
Well, I'm gonna go with Yahoo News.
I said them already.
That's what I
did. Oh, okay. Yahoo Groups then. Let's go with Yahoo Groups.
Okay, it's not Yahoo, it's Arrival, and it's not news, it's a different thing. Sirish?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Tommy.
All
I'm
right.
gonna have to pass on this one.
All right.
I got one more guess. I got one more guess. Is it like YouTube?
It's
Not Google.
not YouTube. It's a rival to Yahoo, but not for search. Let me play it through.
MSN?
Play it through. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. How about now?
SoftBank? What is that?
Oh.
20 gigs.
SoftBank.
Oh, is it like some photo thing?
It's
It
like
is,
internet service, like an ISP.
It's
Like a phone service?
It's ISP service.
Vodafone?
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it's cell phone because it's 20 gigabyte. That sounds like it would be more like cell phone, right? It's downloads, 20 gigabyte downloads.
Yeah.
You're limited, right? When you get your, especially back in 2016, you had a limited amount of download, right?
Yep.
It was SoftBank, you guys. You remember we?
Oh, well, SoftBank though is like a VC firm practically, right?
Oh yeah, but that's how they got their start in Japan. Is first software, and then venture capital, and then they branched out into they bought an ISP. They became an ISP, and then they, as you know, in the US they bought Sprint. So they're like, they branched out to telecom and all that.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff. They're not just a VC. They are a telecom first, then a VC. Okay, so we got one more here. Okay, this is an interesting one.
I like this version of the show where we get in depth on the backstory of the company that's advertising. We've never done that before. That's pretty tight.
We're going for educational foundation status.
We got time. Might as well get into detail. All right, commercial starts right after this one.
That is tight.
最近全然食べてない。
Okay.
All right.
They promised nobody would see me doing my exercises.
So we have a very cute character dancing. Online audience, you guys have any clues? Any ideas? No? All right. Hailey, what do you think this is a commercial for?
Schizophrenia medication. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're seeing cute little things dancing, yeah, you probably have issues. But this is pretty common in Japan. Cute dancing things is quite common to see in Japan. Yeah. Let's see. I think Ed, you were the last guest last time. What about you?
I'm gonna guess that it's Pepsi Cola.
Pepsi.
Oh, nice.
Not Pepsi. It is not a product. It's more of a service. Eric, what do you think?
I'm leaning towards like a medication or something that I think it's a PSA about the dangers of getting roofied. I mean, look at that guy's face. I mean, he looks dangerous. But maybe it's some kind of like a flavor additive, like you put it in water to make it taste, or some kind of flavor adjustment type of thing, like a sugar, or like a non-sugar sweetener or something like that.
Yeah. Boost to your drink. No, it's more of a service. It's more something that you subscribe to or sign up for. Sirish, do you have any ideas?
Well, when I saw that character dancing on the table, it reminded me of like an Energizer bunny, so I was going to go some sort of battery. But service.
Why don't I play it through to the end? Because I don't think you guys are going to guess it anyway. So let's just play the whole thing.
Ooh, challenge accepted.
Yeah, let's throw down the gauntlet. Here we go.
入ってない。
知らないなんてもったいない簡単保険シリーズライト by メンジュ
That's it. It's right in front of you guys, but
It's very helpful, Tommy.
Yeah.
If anybody can read some Chinese characters, you can figure it out. But
Haley had a guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it for the internet, like an internet service?
it is not an internet service.
Is it a babysitting service?
It is
Ooh.
not a babysitting service.
A tutoring service.
It is not. It is of all things. Drum roll, please. Life insurance.
No way. What?
Life insurance. Yay.
Wow.
Such a relevant advertisement.
Wow.
What were they like doing in a restaurant?
Yeah, it's called Meiji Yasuda Seimei Life Insurance Company, and this little character, his name is Raito. He's like the little.
Those were some of the youngest people I've ever seen in a life insurance commercial.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like that wouldn't work in America because
Well-
people that young don't think they're ever gonna die.
Well, that's
Right.
why, you know, that ice cream and drinking that cola.
Mhm. Yeah.
To die anytime.
Well, it's. I mean, insurance is. You got to have insurance. I think it's. Well, actually, you know what? I misspoke. Maybe it's not just life. It's comprehensive insurance. It's everything. It's all insurance. It's life. It's. It's
Like an umbrella
everything.
policy.
Yeah, like you got to get. Do you have an insurance policy? You have to have insurance. So, hey guys, I see Amanda Feldman's here.
Oh, nice.
We can just take a moment here to stop the share for a
sorry.
second. Amanda, hello.
Thank you for having me.
I just,
Oh.
but I couldn't really read it in its entirety. And we're coming to the end here. We're in the middle of the quiz show. Let's do this, Amanda. And Niko Lukoff is here too, guys. Woo! All right. Let's do this, Amanda. Why don't we have a couple more things on our quiz show here, and then we'll circle back to you, and maybe we'll do a very quick interview if that's okay.
Absolutely.
All right, and
That's
Niko, if you
fine.
have some, and then since you're here as well, Niko, just chime in, and then if you want to say something about Displaced, you can do that too. So just wanted to welcome in Amanda and Niko to this show. Let's get back to the quiz. All right, and we do have another commercial that we want to guess.
Yeah,
and it is.
What's the scoreboard? Who's on the leaderboard? That's what I wanted to know.
Leaderboard is Sirish got 1, right? And I think that was it. That was the only. All right, we got one more.
I'm still in this.
You guys remember the eggs from last week, right?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
think the audience though is I can sense they're almost about to come from behind.
All right. Well, audience,
Yeah.
come from behind. Yes.
Been
indeed.
so vocal.
Not if Tommy doesn't read their answer, right, Tommy? Wink, wink. Yeah, I'm trying to win one, bro. I want to win for the weekend, and then I'm not gonna take pictures of Pokemon. All right.
Hold on one second. Do this up properly. Okay, here we go, and starting now.
メルカリ族。
お待たせ美味しそういただきます
誰これ？違うの。そのメルカリで。
Okay, a little bit of anime popping in there. Audience, people winning. Gabriel writes, Eric will win it. Eric, win it, Eric. That's what Gabriel writes. But
Yeah.
Audience, do you have a guess? No guesses right now. Then we're going to go to, all right, Amanda, you want to take a guess at this? Do you have any idea what this commercial is about? It's our Japanese commercial quiz. You've seen half a commercial here.
Or coffee.
For coffee. Because it was a coffee mug. That's good. That's
For
a good
coffee.
guess. It is not for coffee. It's more related to that mug. What you would do with that mug. Let's see. Niko, did you want to take a guess?
Yeah, dishwasher soap, detergent, something like that.
Get the stains out of the coffee cup.
Yeah.
All right. No. She's really angry at him. I don't know if you guys got that. Let me replay it a little bit for you guys.
メルカリ族。
お待たせ美味しそういただきます
誰これ？違うの。そのメルカリで売ります。
So he's in trouble. I don't know.
Mad about the face on there, some jealousy or something. I don't know.
Amanda,
what I was
you have another guess?
That's what I was thinking, Matt, about it's a different woman's face on the
Yeah.
mug.
Yeah. So he's in trouble. Why is he in trouble, you guys? Does anybody know? Ed?
I'm still struggling with the idea that I lost out on the auditions for this one because I thought I could have been her or the guy on the mug. Anything.
Okay.
So I'm still sad about that. Still getting over it.
Eric?
I don't have a good guess.
Do you have a guess, Eric?
Oh man, I'm completely stumped, but so I'm just gonna throw something. This one is also about life insurance.
Well, it is a service.
Oh yeah,
It's a service, but not
Wait.
life insurance.
Dating service?
It's not a dating service.
Divorce lawyer service?
Divorce service.
Is it like a personalization?
Haley, did you take a guess, Haley?
Yeah, is it like a personalization thing? Like they personalize your mugs and stuff like that?
Getting a little bit in the warmer of like sort of apps and like what you can do with the
Is
app.
it like eBay where you can buy stuff?
Getting warmer.
Is it like Cafe Press or something like that, where you can buy things with stuff on it that somebody else has uploaded or
Closer
whatever?
to the eBay, but not eBay. Sirish.
Is it like sorry.
Is it like a photo service that lets you print stuff on mugs?
Who said eBay? Who was the first?
I said that.
That was Eric.
I'm gonna give it to Eric.
Woo!
Yeah. Hey,
Hung
Eric,
in
win
there.
it.
Hung in there.
Alibaba?
I'm gonna give it to Eric. It is not eBay, but it's an eBay-like service called Mercari. You guys know Mercari?
Oh yeah. It's like one of those like penny auctions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and so she gets mad at him because he's got this other woman's face on the mug, and he's like, no. This is going on Mercari. So let's.
メルカリ族
お待たせ美味しそういただきます
誰これ違うのメルカリで売ります
食器キッチングッズも続々売れたよ
Yep, there it is.
The number one full, what is it? Number one, like sort of trading or selling stuff application in Japan or app in Japan. So he's not in trouble anymore because he was just gonna sell it on Mercari. And that was the quiz. So we got Eric 1-1, Sirish 1-1, and that was the quiz show. And now
I also got some assists though, so I mean,
you got some assists.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all winning today, Tommy.
We are. We're all winners every week.
Let's go back and let's do a little bit of an interview here with Amanda. Let's put Amanda in the spotlight here. And I'll add myself. Guys, welcome to the show, Amanda Feldman. Guys, thank you for coming on. I didn't get a chance to read the text in detail, but I'm assuming because you're on a different time zone, I'm assuming?
Yeah. No, I just slept in.
Hey.
Doesn't usually happen, but yeah.
Well,
Niko's
Amanda,
asking
I'll tell you,
related.
the reason why I
We
wanted
might be.
the reason why I wanted to bring you on the show was because I'm friends with Janice Israeloff over there in Toronto. And so through her, I've met a lot of other comedians. And then when I saw Amanda Feldman, I thought, okay, well, I got to at least reach out and see if we're like related or something, or maybe like the Feldmans in New York are related to the Feldmans in Toronto or something like that, or at least prove that all Feldmans are funny. Can you help me there, Amanda?
Okay. Well, I know Feldman was on my father's side of the family, and they came to Canada during the war.
Okay.
Not
Canada.
On my mother's side, they stopped, but that wasn't her maiden name, so that doesn't matter. So do you know if you have any family that escaped the war and went directly to Canada?
No. So I think we're probably not related, but there are a lot of famous comedian Feldmans out there. Obviously, Corey Feldman. Yeah. Give it up for Corey Feldman, you guys. Give it up for Corey Feldman.
Let's go with Marty.
Marty
was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Marty Feldman. And now we have Tommy and Amanda. Amanda, tell us about your comedy career, or what got you into comedy? We always like to have comedians come on the show and tell us.
Also a little inspired by Liz Feldman, who wrote Dead to Me, which I think is a hilarious show.
Okay.
That show's awesome.
It is so good. I actually wanted to be, I've been in the arts my entire life. I was studying to be a ballerina when I was younger. I went to school for fine arts, like visual arts. And just one day I really wanted to be a writer. I had seen Emo Phillips perform a few times at JFL. He's one of my favorite comedians. And I started writing. And then I thought, wait, how do you get seen as a writer? So I went to Yuck Yucks and I did a set there. And then I learned about Second City Training School and I started going there and just jumped into it.
Excellent. I did surface a clip of yours that I was like from your YouTube channel. I was gonna play like a minute of that. I had it queued up. Would you mind? Or
I'll tell you about that too. I'm like so embarrassed to have my comedy online. I had to do it to apply to a Purim festival, and I was canceled because of COVID. But they liked me, so yeah, sure.
I was just gonna play the first minute of one of these. It was like at a bar, and I thought this would give everybody a sense of your comedy.
Yeah, sure.
But let me just.
No, this is back when we had mic stands.
Let's see here. So this is I saw this. This is at King Henry's Arms. Is this in Toronto, local dive bar, I guess?
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to just play the first minute here because you also introduced yourself a little bit, which I thought was kind of cool. So let's guys, here's Amanda Feldman performing comedy at King Henry's Arms in Toronto. Let's play some of this.
Man, every week is a lot of work. I hope you appreciate it. I was a little late coming here. I was a little late because I couldn't find my glasses. I couldn't find my glasses because I wasn't wearing my glasses, and I'm blind. So this begs the question: why don't my glasses have a GPS? More important question. And you told me your only app that you're on is the GPS, right? Can you explain something to me? Why does my boyfriend only listen to the woman on the GPS? He doesn't listen to me or any of my friends or anybody else. That's the only her and Siri. I feel like they're cheating on me, man. So yeah, this is weird. I gotta move this out of the way. That's much better. I'm used to working a stage with the pole in the middle. Yeah, I used to work as a stripper. I did. That was many years ago, though. I was thinking about going back because it paid really well, and comedy pays in broken dreams.
Comedy pays in broken dreams.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That's a great quote. I also like that line you had about I couldn't find my glasses because I wasn't wearing my glasses. Everyone who wears glasses has experienced that at some point in time, right? Mm-hmm. That is so true. How are you supposed to find your glasses if you don't have that's the whole thing, right? It's like, where did I leave my glasses? And then you have to go through this whole process of like, where did I last take off my glasses?
I think the next stage is like they should have little tiny GPS clip-ons that you can put anywhere on the remote control, on glasses, on that.
That's a thing.
Well, they have tile.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Apple has little tiles, but there's nothing that is that small yet. I think you want I think you're right though. If they could just put the little RFID right into the thing, okay, that's too technical. But anyway, they put it in there. And you can find your glasses. Imagine that, never lose it. Okay, you know what? Shark Tank, we're calling you. We've got an idea. Amanda Feldman, entrepreneur, new business idea. So Amanda, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to lately. You're doing mostly Zoom comedy, and also, I forgot to mention this, but we also give comedians a chance to promote themselves as well. So, what have you been up to Zoom wise, and do you have anything you want to promote tonight on the show?
Well, there's another show I do sometimes at around 9 p.m. on Pulse Radio, that I might be starting a regular show there.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. What have I been up to? I've been getting back to my visual art roots. I've been writing a lot of comedy. I have been doing some Zoom comedy. The acting is not going so well in Ontario, because I've gotten a couple gigs, but then they've gotten postponed or canceled due to a new lockdown. So hopefully when that ends, I can get back into acting and
Great.
Back into comedy again.
Great. Well, you know, I would maybe next time you can come on again. We do have people come on, you know, we have people repeat. So, you know, maybe next time you can come on, we could do like a longer interview, and maybe there's some more stuff you can show next time. But I did want to give you an opportunity to. Does anybody have any comments for Amanda?
I wanted to say one thing. Sorry, I missed the beginning. But I heard you at the beginning of your interview. You were talking about Emo Phillips, and he's like my favorite character. You ever watch Dr. Katz? He's like the oh my god, he's so good on Dr. Katz. It's so good. Yeah, and I heard you talking about being a writer. Those are like similar comedy aspirations I have. So awesome. Is great to hear you doing your thing. Yep.
All right, you guys, give it up for Amanda Feldman for coming on the show. Always appreciate people coming on, and we'll have you back again, of course, Amanda, and you're welcome to come on anytime. Let us also give Niko Lukoff a chance to chime in, because he did make it in. I know he was on a business trip or something. Let me.
How's that Hamilton?
Yeah, I was listening to Hamilton a little bit, and then I did a show. I just did a show that I committed to a while back.
I've tried to watch Hamilton. I've never got more than like 2 minutes in, but one day I'm gonna finish. I promise.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's fun. So yeah. Thanks for having me on, Tommy. I started this group a little over a year ago called Displaced Comedians. I think maybe everyone in the Zoom is on, or almost everybody in that group. And the purpose of that was to just connect people to the online mics when everything shut down. I wanted to still be able to perform and connect with people and see what's going on. So it's grown to this really fun community, about 7,300 strong, I think now. And it's a fun time. And it's kind of focused around having this list of online mics, and you can see that by just going to displacedcomedians.com, or you can join the Facebook group, and it's linked in the page. I like to point out a mic usually. And it's fun when we're on here, we have guests here who have kick-ass mics, like Hailey Hackett's mic's awesome. I got to do it one time when I was off on the timing worked out, and to do the storytelling, it was really fun to get to work on stuff in that way, like a different way, because a main part of my set, I tell a story, and it's just finding different parts of it. I don't know, it's really cool. And on Mondays, Tom, if you want to hit the 12:30 on Mondays, so folks, this is the list. There's about 220-ish mics on here. I'm sure not 100% are active, so tell me if you come across one that's not, but I try to include important information, how to sign up, how long the sets are, if it's streamed, all that kind of stuff. And at 12:30, Athena Rodriguez typically hosts this mic, and Athena is half of Hypothetical Comedy. Her and Funky Sam Medina, they're fantastic. They do a Friday night mic and showcases and game nights and all this kind of stuff. And I'd like to talk about mics that are doing something a little different than others. So this one is specifically like you don't go to do a set, and I honestly haven't done this one yet. Just timing doesn't just allow when I can usually do stuff, but a lot of people like this because it's either riff or do some improv, and there's different themes that she provides you. I think it's a 3-minute sets. I think that's on there, and basically hop on and just don't be prepared to do regular set. Just a lot of people are into doing improv and just figuring stuff out on the spot. That's awesome, and I think that's really cool when someone makes a neat space for that. So check out Athena's mic if that's something that you're into. And people ask me like, what mic should I try? Also, just like there's mics all the time. Just find something that fits when you want to do it, and if you want to be streamed or not. I think those are the biggest things, is like the timing, and do you want the world to have the potential to see you, or do you want it to be more of a closed door kind of environment? And there's plenty of opportunity for both. And as things are opening up, a lot of these are shutting down. A lot of these I put on each page whenever there's something shutting down. I put a RIP/hiatus area because I think it's going to be fun to have some kind of historical record of that. But life happens, stuff's changing. People are put on mics because they're in lieu of a live mic. That's not happening again. But people are getting, a lot of people are like, oh no, these are going away. But look, we understand the technology, we understand how this works. Supply is going to always meet demand in here. There's like the barrier to entry is so small. If people are going to want to Zoom, people are going to have a place to do it. It's just it's not going to go away. And the people doing hybrid shows have been really fun seeing people that are in the group put on shows. Katie Zane's a fantastic comedian and out of Chicago, and they're doing a showcase deal that's going to be live. It's also going to be streamed on Zoom. Like there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff happening, and I'm just excited to see where it goes. And I'm just happy to be in the mix, and I'm going to be doing more live stuff. I'm fully vaccinated now. I'm finally going to do live mics in my town, which I've never done before. It's actually town where I live. I used to just do them when I traveled. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And it's fun.
I agree with you, Niko. And I thank you for coming on the show. And before I let you go, and actually before we wrap up and we have this list open, I wanted Hailey, where did she go? Hailey has is she still, where did she go? Did she go off? I was gonna give Hailey a chance to promote her show, which I didn't get to. Doesn't Hailey have
she has a kick-ass mic. That's Monday. I think it's around 5 or 6. I took a Monday off work one day and I did a bunch of mics I've never done, including that one. And I talked about it that week, and it was really cool. It's called another.
It's the 5 p.m. one. It's on line 19.
Yeah, another time, another place. Storytelling mic.
Okay,
and before I popped on, I asked her if she'd promoted it because I wanted to make sure to.
I totally forgot to promote mine and Janice's show on May 5th.
So let's.
Our Mother's Day show.
The Mother's Day show? Yeah. Okay. Good. That's another thing to promote. It's not a regular. It's a one-time show.
It's a one-time show, but we're all going to be roasting our moms. Well, me anyway. Sometimes.
All right, good. Well, I'm glad we had a chance to promote that.
I was going to ask, are the moms going to be like in the audience watching the show too?
I really hope so.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds funny.
If they love us, they will.
I will say one thing, Amanda, since we're, I've been on Janice's mic, and I do want to say, and telling the other American comedians on here, and especially that the Canadian, those guys are really warm and welcoming. I mean, like I've done Janice's mic, I've done a lot of mics with other Canadian comics, and it's always a great experience. They're very friendly, and there's not like egos or anything. It's just I just feel always very welcome. So I try to get on mics with Canadians actually because I find it experience. So
are you saying they don't have passwords for their Zoom shows?
Exactly. Passwords. They don't have much vaccines as we.
Yeah. Right, regular hockey scores updated.
We may not have socialized medicine. We have vaccines, so there's that. But yeah, so anyway, just kudos to the Canadians and Amanda, and thank you guys. We'll be back next week on May 7th. We're still lining up people, so regulars, if you guys have people we want to bring on next week, let me know. May 7th, Friday at 5 o'clock, the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour will be back. And I think that's it. I think, Ed, you know what to do at this point in time.
Where is the sound?
And where'd the sound go? We're going to do our outro. Here we go. That's the Tommy Feldman Happy Hour, you guys. Thank you to Amanda Feldman, Hailey Hackett, and everybody else, and the regulars on the show. Thank you, everybody, and we'll be back next week. And good luck. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Have a good weekend. Nice meeting everybody. Great show.
Good night. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's impressive, Amanda. I can only do it on my left hand.